Welcome to 3 Minute Thoughts. So I want to talk about memory, and I feel like I've got a very good memory. I wouldn't quite say it's photographic memory, or eidetic memory, however you want to say it, but I do remember a lot of stuff, and that's one of the reasons I like doing these videos, is I'll talk about things I remembered from a long time ago. But I also noticed that it's not perfect. There are foibles in it. Recently I gave a story conflating the Arizona ghost town trips with the San Antonio trip, and my brother did clarify that those were two separate trips, but he didn't share the same memories that I did. But I can figure out most of the reason is because we didn't have the same experiences. He wasn't there when I was getting banana milk and stuff like that. It wasn't his passion. Anyway, so it's interesting that what I remember as one event from my childhood, because they're both southwestish, and I don't remember us traveling very often to there. This takes me back to more recently. A friend reached out to me because they'd seen one of my videos, and I talked about role-playing games. One of their memories is I ran a role-playing game, and they'd gotten kicked out of the group. And I actually didn't remember them getting kicked out of the group. And this is something that had hurt them. So this is a fault of mine. But at the same time, it's an interesting situation because I ran two different games. I ran a game with one group and I ran a game with a different group. Same scenario. First game went great. Same scenario. Second group went bad. I probably should just talk about a story about that. But that whole group, I'm like, no, I'm done with you. Except one player, I moved over to the first group. Even though it's the same scenario, I said parallel universes, because this is a vampire. It's a supernatural environment anyway. Parallel universes, you're now in this first group. Boom. Simple. And we ran several games as a group. And one of the last games I remember was her and my college roommate and myself. So just the three of us. The other players, there were two other players. They couldn't make it for some reason. So just the three of us played. And that was one of the last games that we played of that campaign. So I'm not quite certain when she got kicked out, in a theory. I'm sure this happened, but it's confusing to me because also the game ended. So maybe her remembering of the game ended was that she got kicked out, or maybe she did get kicked out, and that's why we had that solo adventure with just the three of us. I for the life of me cannot remember exactly what happened. And that is disconcerting for me because I do remember a lot of stuff. So I do wonder... No, I don't wonder. It's just, that's what it is. Memory's a funny thing. Maybe it's better not to remember all the details, or the details to remember are what's important to you. So remember the good things? Those are my thoughts. Have a good one.